Hi, this is Annette with Wild Heart Ranch. We don't have anything really prepared for Wild Bites today other than to show you what we've been up to. We're starting to get pretty busy around here. Greg's going to follow me around with the camera, and I'm just going to give you a little tour of what we're working on. We've got some orphan possums here. We have several different sizes in right now, but this is some of our bigger ones. He's not tame. He's just not moving right now. He winked at you. This little guy here is something happened to Mom. These are Mom got ran over. The little guys were big enough to scatter. We've got some baby bunnies now. We have been releasing cottontails solid. Cottontails come in throughout the spring and summer. They're kind of sporadic. Okay, this is not a cottontail. This is the new little possum that just came in. It's a little guy. We've got some blood on us, but it's not his blood. It's from Mama and the other possums that died. He was a sole survivor. He's hissing right now because he's scared. We're letting him calm down a little bit before we clean him off and feed him. Here's cottontails. These are 8 cottontails. Dog grabbed the nest. You see the little heads popping out here? They're jumping up. It's what they do when you drive a lawnmower over their nest. They jump straight up into the blades. So we get calls sometimes from very, very distraught people who have just drove over a cottontail nest. Mama makes her nest basically in a little pothole in the ground and then covers it up with grass so it's level with the earth, so you don't see them. This is a little possum we've had for a while. He has opened his eyes since we've gotten him in. He's looking for lunch right now. That's what he's rooting around for. He's looking for that syringe. We're fixing to feed him because it is time for the second feeding of the day. Here's 2 more possums. They're set up eating on their own. They're not syringe fed. We've got one that's a little bigger than the other one. They're not related, but they do get along. Possums will cannibalize. You got to be careful about a lot of big possums and then put a little guy in there. Little guy probably won't be there the next day, but they're all set up. And then here's my unofficial favorites. Yeah, we're ready to eat, aren't we? Yes, we are. Hi there. This little girl here was by herself for a while, so she's kind of attached to me, but we integrated her with the other 2 raccoons the other day, and she's starting to get a clue what she is. She's ready to move to a cage, but the little ones aren't quite there yet, so she's kind of being held back so we can keep her in a group. And here's the tiny one. We just opened her eyes yesterday. Another little female. Believe it or not, all of these animals will be completely wild when we release them. Nobody will want anything to do with us when we get to that point. These are the coyotes. Now these guys have gotten huge. As you can see by the size of my hand. These were newborns. They were the size of a small rat when we got them in. They opened their eyes at 1 week old. We got them in with their umbilical cord still intact. And we figured those eyes opened at about 8 days old. So you can tell that they look very different. The face is pointy, the ears are pointy, and they've got a different look. And the fur, this is like nothing you ever see on a puppy. This is a very dense, thick, you can't even see the skin through it. Very dense undercoat. The reason being is these guys live underground until they're up walking and talking. So they're in the cold of the earth. So they're born with a very insulating coat. They're starting to move around. They'll come out of this tub probably another week. They'll be in a playpen, covered up. We just handle them to feed them. There's no cuddling the coyote cubs. We have birds here. These are starlings. They eat when they're naked like this, about every 30 minutes, all day long. You got bird food? Come here, Natalie. Plug them. This is a formula that we make, and it's very impressive. It's a recipe that I came up with because there wasn't anything on the market that I was happy with. These are some sparrows here. They're starting to get their pin feathers in and looking good. But let me show you. I'm going to show you some 8-day-old sparrows. And the rehabbers that watch this aren't going to believe me, but my crew knows it's true. These are 8 days old. 8 days out of the egg. Fully feathered and already starting to fly. This is what our formula does for sparrows and starlings. And pigeons. It's just, don't fly out. It's just as effective on pigeons. Those are the 3. We feed it to other birds too, but we have to change it around for different species, like this robin. She gets our formula, plus she gets earthworms. And we do this every hour. Somebody gets us something. She just moved. She's a little nervous. We're going to put this worm back. Okay, you want to try again? She just moved from her incubating tub to a cage this morning. So she's kind of trying to figure out what's what. Right now she thinks her food bowl is her nest. So we're going to put her back over here in her nest. And she's starting to perch. She looks good. She's healthy. Doing great. We love our robins. And over here we have more possums. These came in Claremore Animal Control. You can't gripe about the dog catchers in Claremore much because they go to all kinds of extremes to help wildlife. These guys got here 30 minutes ago, so they've got their hammock here. There's 5 bigger kids. Mom got ran over. These guys are wandering around, and they're all set up. They've got a hammock, which works kind of like their pouch with Mom. They're hanging in their food and water here, and then privacy, lots of privacy. And outside is our baby owl. He just moved to an outside cage today. Here's everybody's favorite kid, little beaver kit. We just ate a little while ago. We're doing okay. We're eating, each feeding. I need to wash her face. This is dried formula around her face. Her, him, we don't know. Oh, we're looking for something to eat. But when I wash our face, we get a little angry and we start having a tantrum, and then it becomes Wild Heart's Angry Beaver, right? Right, yeah. Get you back. We're getting ready to feed you. Yep. Okay, we're going to do a real quick peek. This is a bird that's very scared. This is a male wood duck. And we are recovering from a broken wing. Not going to be able to repair that wing, but we're looking for a zoo that has a federal permit for exhibition to send him to. So if anybody out there is interested, let me know. This is a female mallard. Now she was actually mated by too many males, and they actually removed all the skin from the back of her neck because they grabbed the hens from the back of the neck when they mate them. She was mated by so many ducks that all the skin was gone. So it was all the way to the bone. So it is looking fantastic. She's going to be fine, and she's a great patient. She eats good. Now they're in these crates covered up so they'll eat. It looks like these are wild animals. They're nervous. Well, this is not nervous. This is Grandpa Possum. If you saw Grandpa when he came in, like all of us were just amazed. He just doesn't want to do much. He's an old man. Possums only live a few years. He's a very old guy, and he loves the 3 hots and a cot. He's got 2 levels to his cage. He's down on the bottom level taking his nap. And he's kind of cool he needs to come up here and eat. He doesn't know we fed him. Come here, you. This is a wild possum. He's just, he's just over the wild thing, and he just wants to eat. He lost his tail and his ears to frostbite. He was found out in a field, starving to death and frozen. And most of his ears are gone. But he is huge. And this thick fur, an animal that's not getting proper nutrition cannot grow a coat like this. He didn't have one. I'm just showing you how thick and wonderful this fur is. It's so soft. But he's doing fantastic. We like Grandpa. And then the dove, the last kid we're working on. Well, we've got the deer that was hit by a car, but I don't want to disturb him right now. He's having some problems with stress. This is the dove that had the torn crop. Cat got her, ripped her crop open, and we've had her going on probably 3 weeks now, 3 or 4 weeks. She's doing good. She's having a little trouble gaining weight because the amount of food she can eat is limited because her crop was reduced in size because of the repair. She lost some of it. But it's kind of like a tummy tuck, or not a tummy tuck, what is the gastric bypass surgery. That's basically what she's had. So she might be with us permanently because I don't want her to have to really struggle for food. We'll just have to wait and see. She said that time. But anyway, that's what we're working on now. You can expect to see another 500 to 700 babies through here in the next, between now and September. So anybody that would like to help out, here's the website, forthewild.org or wildheartranch.org. But that's where you can go to make a donation. We are all volunteers, and we are dependent 100% on donations for these animals, and we've got quite a job ahead of us. So raising money is something we don't have time for. So if we can do that with these videos, that helps us out a great deal and puts us back in our clinic to work. So thanks for following, thanks for caring about our wildlife, and enjoy your spring, and think about all the critters that are here recovering, growing, and going wild. Bye-bye.